Okay, so I think we're good to go now. It's setting up. The meeting is being streamed live so that in case we have an overflow during the course of the workshop, some of our members can use our YouTube channel. Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and it is a privilege this afternoon again to have us joining us all from all corners of Nigeria for this important workshop. If you are using your phone, go to the Zoom screen. Okay. So first okay, it has been mentioned earlier that we should please let us rename our device with our name and the name of the chapter we're joining from, so that we'll be able to take attendance of this important workshop. My name is Tolulope, Technical Secretary for APWEN, and on behalf of the National Executive Committee under the able leadership of our indefatigable President, Engineer Dr. Adebisi Arosin, I warmly welcome us all to this workshop, which important workshop, which is if you are using your phone, go to the Zoom screen. Okay. So first all okay. Fine. I just initiated this the live streaming. So without much ado, my president, since I had I have the privilege and I have the permission of the president to start the workshop, just as we have in APWEN culture, we'll start the workshop with an opening prayer, which is the third stanza of our national anthem, and that will be displayed on the screen. So I kindly implore all of us to please let us unmute ourselves and start this workshop with an opening prayer, which is being displayed on the screen. That will be taken after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. O God of all creation,
grant
these our one request.
help us to
build the nation, where no man is oppressed, and so peace and
plenty. Nigeria may be blessed. Amen. Amen. And APWEN will be blessed, and all of us will be blessed. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are engineers, and safety is an important part of our activity. So for today's workshop, I want to call on Engineer Sauda Santu. She's the Technical Secretary for Kano chapter. Madam, can you please take the virtual platform for the safety brief for today's workshop? Just for 2 minutes, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon, my president, past presidents, all chapter excos, and past technical secretaries. Please permit me to read the meeting protocols. Please, members are encouraged to pay attention to the mute function throughout the duration of the meeting. And then you can kindly unmute yourself only when you are allowed to speak. Then avoid eating, chewing gum, and drinking when speaking while on the call as a courtesy to others. Then kindly put off your video if the view is not okay. If you are on transit, endeavor to use a headphone to improve your audio and filter out background noises. Kindly use the chat box to share your questions and contributions. Then avoid or minimize distractions around you as much as possible. On behalf of our president, the technical committee, I welcome you to this workshop. Thank you.
I don't know, I muted myself. So it's just going to be a 1 hour affair if I don't so let's take up water beside ourselves so that as we run through the workshop, if you have any question, you can use the chat button, or you use your virtual you can raise your virtual hand and you'll be called upon to ask question as the workshop continues. Today's workshop is going to be very straightforward, and to to kickstart, let me appreciate everyone that have joined from all the chapters. And of course, there's no way we'll have this without recognizing the presence of our presidents who joined even before the 3:30 that this program was and the person of Engineer Dr. Adebisi Hussein. Thank you very much, ma. We appreciate you for your guidance, the opportunity to serve this great association. And I also want to warmly recognize the presence of one of our past technical secretaries who has been a pillar of support for this for the technical hub of the association, Engineer Dr. Imade Princess Okokuje. Thank you very much, ma. And all the other, I think we have some of our national ESCO members on the platform. Thank you very much. And some of our past technical secretaries, chapter chairman, and all the chapter executive members that are on the call. Thank you all for coming. And please, before I call on the president for the opening remark, let me quickly say again that we should please rename our device with our name and the chapters we are joining from for the sake of attendance for this workshop, which is part of the assessment for this year's group dynamics. Thank you very much. So, without much ado, I will call on the president, Engineer Dr. Adebisi Hussein, to give us the opening remark for this workshop. Thank you, ma'am. My president, ma'am. Hello, ma. You need to unmute yourself. You are muted. Hello. Okay. My president, ma. You need to unmute yourself to speak. Please, if you are not speaking, yes, ma. If you are not speaking, you can please mute yourself. I wouldn't want to just mute everyone by default, and that's why I left it like that. But if, okay, thank you. My president, ma, you can have the
Thank you
virtual
so
stage,
much.
ma.
So sorry for not hearing you. So many people are disturbing my call. That's why you are not hearing me. I want to sincerely appreciate you and your technical team for this good job you've been doing from the inception of this government. And I say, well done. I believe the Almighty God will reward every one of you for the good job you've been doing. On this note, I want to say the technical secretary, the chapter chairman, ESCO members of chapter, our own past technical secretary of our great association, which I believe she's our guest speaker or moderator this evening, Engineer Dr. Imade Okokije. Every member of ESCO member present here this afternoon, I say good afternoon. It's my great delight to welcome you people to this training workshop of group dynamics, which the technical team have organized for us this day. I encourage you to listen to the advice, the modality, to the formats that you're supposed to use for presentation of your group dynamics, and address strictly to all that will be advised this evening, so that nobody's to change. You have every opportunity to do the needful and key into it so that you can be marked or judged positively, objectively. Thank you so much for being part of today's workshop, and I wish you fruitful deliberation and fruitful time. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma. My president, ma. Yes, ma. Of course, we are here to rub minds and to look at how we can enhance our performance as chapters level for this year's group dynamics assessment. And we should all bear in mind that it is not about coming first or second in the chapter, in the competition. It is actually not really a competition, but just a way of appreciating our efforts at different chapters level. So while we pay attention on the competition side, we should also look at how we can enhance our chapter, because APWEN is all about enhancing so that we can excel. So please, whichever way it turns out to be at the end of the day, let us take it with good heart and just know that we have done what we have done our best in contributing to the development of our nation. So it is not all about the competition, but about the impact we are making as individual and as a chapter. So before we continue, I would like to call on well, of course, a past technical secretary of the association, a mentor of a lot of us, and she's here in person with us. And I want her to just talk to us before we look at the group assessment criteria. So please join me in welcoming to the virtual stage Engineer Dr. Imade Okopujema. Just your welcome opening remark before we start the workshop fully, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Rinocho. And first of all, let me acknowledge the #1 female engineer in Nigeria, distinguished president, Engineer Dr. Osin. Thank you for the great work you're doing. Thank you for giving Dr. Tolulokpe Rinocho the opportunity to serve and to work diligently. And I also acknowledge the Technical Secretary in person of Engineer Dr. Erin Oksha. I want to say, TS, you have done well and you are doing well. And acknowledge the fact that taking up this responsibility is a huge task. But I want to bless God for your life, that God has given you the grace. And I know you will continue to do well and make our president proud at the end of our tenure. I want to also acknowledge all the chairmen present today. I know, as usual, I think it's from my tenure that we start having such a meeting in order to share knowledge with all the technical secretaries, to let them know what is expected from them, because from my experience, a lot of chapters are doing great works, but the ability to document them is the challenge. So that is why since 2020, we try as much as possible to hold this webinar to let technical secretaries know that this great work the chairman and them are doing should not go to waste. It should be documented and submitted for group dynamics report. Now, I want to say this. As a technical secretary, you have to possess a potential of being creative, be innovative, by transforming those informations, those programs you have from your chapters into a well-written document to showcase to the world that APWEN is not just having effect in Abuja, in Lagos, but in all the rural community areas in Nigeria. Now, I will say this, that please, we plead with everyone, take it in good faith, document your work appropriately. Technical secretary, do not boycott your chairman to submit your group dynamics report. As we all know, in the template, the chairman and the technical secretary must sign the group dynamics report before submission. Now, secondly, I want to just quickly speak on this before the TS will come up and present the template. In the last group dynamics assessment, a lot of chapters have a lot of things they've done, but they just put pictures and they said, picture speaks. Please, and please, when you have a program, make sure the banner of the program is at the back when you are snapping the pictures. And those pictures will be used even in your newsletter, in your reports, and in every picture, please have a caption for it of the particular event. Have a title, have an objectives. Then if those events are held online, if they are held on, maybe you actually put them in Guardians, another newspaper platform, or other social news platform, please get the link and put it under each of the reports of each of the program you do. I know it's not easy, but I believe we have to start it from the scratch, and we have to let it be great and well as we desire. And I want to say this, being number one, being number two, being number three, yeah, it's good. But get this mind that we are all promoting the association, which is Association of Professional Women of Engineers in Nigeria. So thank you so much. If there is anything that anyone will need our assistance, please kindly get across to us. And I believe it is our pleasure to make sure all chapters fly, and we're all doing great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My past technical secretary is my engineer. Yes, it is our aim, and it is something that will bring everybody, that will make everybody happy if all chapters are seen doing great. Winning the group dynamics shouldn't be limited to some chapters. Yes, some chapters are doing well, they have that record, but I believe all of us can do it. And those chapters, so they're always ready there to mentor others. So please, all you need to do is just to speak up, and anywhere you need assistance, I believe we have great people in APWEN that are there to assist us. So now we'll go straight into why we are here, which is to look at the group dynamics assessment document that has been shared on the technical secretaries platform, and we have also shared it on the chapters chair platform. So please let us I will display it now, share it on the screen now. And I also want to implore us to please, if we have our device with us, we can look at it so that we will not waste so much time, just as I've mentioned earlier. And in addition to that, I also want to kindly implore us to please with your name and the chapter you are joining from. We only need one executive from a chapter. So please, your name and your chapter's name, please, very, very important for the for attendance for today's workshop. So I will go straight to why we are here now, which is to look at the assessment criteria, which has been shared on our platform as earlier mentioned. So please, can you please confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma. So the first item we'll have there, is the name and state of our chapter, which carries no mark. That is just for information. And as we all know, that APWEN fiscal year starts from September to August. And that's why many chapters now come August, they will be changing the pattern. So please, this report is strictly meant to cover September 2024 activities to August 2025. Anything outside this will not be considered. That is number one there. So that's the name and set of the chapter and period covered by your submission. So this is expected. So here, this number two, you are just expected to state to reaffirm that the report you are submitting is for this period of time. No other thing is expected there. It is just for information and nothing. There is no mark on point that will be awarded for that. Then we now look at the 1.0, that which is the professional activities, and I'm a number 3. So the first thing there is that how many public lectures have been organized by your chapter during this period. So here you are just expected to state how many of these, just a question, how many. So if it is 1, state there. If it is 2, state there. So then the B part state the date, location, venue, and topic for each lecture. So here, there are some chapters that sometimes we prefer to use a table to present this. So the table, there will be a column for the number of for the description of the publication. At least each publication will have a theme. So the publication, the date, there will be a column for location, then location of venue. I think that should be, yes, this should be an apostrophe. So is that a location of venue? Then the topic for each lecture. So we can have it in that order. And after each lecture, please, so each public lecture that we have, each of them should be accompanied with picture. We want to see the activity that was carried out. Maybe just a brief explanation of what was carried out. Just one paragraph explanation. It doesn't need to be, and we don't want too much information. Tell us, just summarize it of the activity that were carried out. Then what are some of the pictures taken? So if it is a virtual event, so we expect you to have there should be attendance. If it's a public lecture, you cannot have a public lecture and the guest speaker will be maybe somebody from your chapter. So we want to see how much you are collaborating or partnering with others. That's what we want to examine here. So we did the activities, did some brief of activity that was carried out, accompanied by pictures and the pictures. So just as we mentioned by the past technical secretary, it should come with a description. So if you have a picture where you had the guest lecturer in the middle, you want to also do picture one. So you tell us the name of the guest lecturer and just a brief description of the people that we are seeing in the picture. So you cannot just put a picture and say picture speak. Picture speaks to what? What's that picture telling us? So, and we don't want so much pictures, please. If it is a public lecture, 2 pictures is okay. 2 pictures that is well detailed. That is what we want under that column. So number 4, we have how many workshops or seminars have been organized. So the same way we have for public lecture, that's the same thing we have that we need here. So instead the workshop, the theme, the venue, and the dates. Then there are other days we need information about any industrial that we carry out during that period too. So then state the industry visited and dates of visitation. So that is so here we're only telling what are some of the technical activities that were carried out. So the technical activity for every chapter has to do with the workshop or seminar that you carried out, the industrial business. These are main technical activities that are documented here. And each of them should be accompanied with pictures that are well labeled. Please go to the next, if there's any question in that regard, please. Okay. Okay, so no question. Thank you. Okay, engineer, boss you could FNSC, ma.
Thank you. Good afternoon, doctor. Thank you, my TS colleagues and all the executives on the call. There was something you said about public lecture. That public lecture does not necessarily the speaker does not have to be from your chapter. I don't know if I got that right.
Yes, what I said is that a public lecture does not need to be from your chapter. But most time, it is a test of how much you are collaborating with others. So most time public lecture, there's no way you have public lecture and you have just 5 people in attendance, and those 5 people will just be people from your chapter. So we want to see. Yes. So public lecture, there's an expected, at least you have a minimum attendance. There's a minimum attendance that is expected for a public lecture. And the public lecture, the guest speaker cannot be somebody from your chapter. So it has to be somebody from outside. And it doesn't need to be something technical. It could be anything that we feel can benefit the member. So that's what is expected here. So that's what Okay, I'll just please 30 minutes for each question so that
Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in a situation where you have your speaker, your resource person as a member of the chapter, what impact does that have? Because these activities, we've all done them.
Of course, it does not have any impact. It does not have any impact. All I'm just saying that it should not be limited. We cannot have. There are cases where we have seen, and especially last year, there are cases where people reported public lectures, and we see the same thing under the tree, and they say they have to public lectures, and it's just maybe they have meetings. So public lectures should be, and there's no way you have public lecture that you don't have the presence of the president there. So these are things that we expect to see. So it is not that so, but these are things that we expect us to be included in that section. Dr. Imade, ma'am, okay, I have Engineer Princess Obi Amy. Hand is up.
Okay,
Please, can you please?
Good day, my president and all other officials present. I stand on existing protocols. First of all, I want to thank the president and technical secretary for this great workshop. I also want to use the opportunity to plead that such a workshop should come earlier than now, before the time for submitting the group dynamics. It could be done twice to intimate chapters or what is expected of them during the period that we're looking into, not at the end of the period. It should be done at the beginning and at the end. And secondly, I also want to plead the permission of the president that the questions should come at the end, because if we keep taking questions like this, we won't leave here today. Everybody should jot down their questions, and at the end of the day of the presentation, we all take the question section at once, so that will also benefit those who will not join on time. Thank you.
Dr. Imade, ma'am.
Okay. My TS.
Yes, ma'am.
There's something I just want to clear so that everybody, so we all get the same, being on the same page. Now, there's difference between chapters meeting. Is different from technical presentation of a chapters meeting. Is different from public lectures and workshop and seminar. Now, Dr. Boxede, the reason why Dr. Erinosho said that is because for the past years, we have seen some chapters. By the time they have a technical presentation in their meeting, they'll say they've gotten workshop and seminar. So these things does not really prove that this public lectures was organized by this chapter. Then another unique thing that we need to watch out for is that a lot of chapters do 3-in-1 programs: inauguration, public lecture, and what again? There's always something they had for it. And they will submit just one report for the inauguration, public lectures, and maybe workshop or another thing, expecting you to give them mark for those 3 things. So I would advise now that if you have a situation like that, there's always a transition. After your inauguration, you go to the public lecture. So get the pictures that represent each of those aspects of the programs. So you'll be able to outline them and put your pictures and explain summary properly. So with that, no chapter will complain that, oh, I did this and I was not graded for. Secondly, let's desist from other from different between when we go to somewhere to eat picnic and we said it's industrial visits. Sorry. So I think, let me not talk too much, but let's just get this understanding that the whole laws or the whole principles put in check is to make sure that we are being awarded in place of the great work all chapters are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that contribution. And I think we are all cleared now. We can continue with the workshop. So we have dealt with the public lecture, we have dealt with the seminars and the industrial. So we go to the technical papers. So number 5 says how many technical papers are presented during your chapter's monthly general meeting within this period. So this is about technical presentation at our meeting. So you have to state the titles of the technical paper presented, and for each paper you provide the date, the location, and the the location of venue. Sorry, this. So the location of venue of the presentation. So that's what is expected of us in that category. Then we go to item 3.0, which has to do with the membership rules. So under that, we have, does the chapter have a comprehensive membership directory that includes membership grade? If yes, kindly provide evidence. And then what is the rate of increase in your chapter's membership admission during this period? Now, what we want to examine here is that how much your chapter, we want to examine how the level of growth in your chapter. And then last year we have a directory that was submitted by by each chapter. So this year, between that last year and this year, we want to see how many new members have you added. And adding new members does not mean that just having them as there, they must be financially up to date. So we want to see the financial members that you have at your chapter's level. And the financial membership has to do with both at the local and the national level. So, and that's what we mean by membership growth in this. So your membership, the membership is not just about them coming, joining you, but we also want them to be registered with the national body, whether as an associate member or a fellow member. So that is what is stated there. So as we have said, all questions will be addressed after running through the documents. So number 4.0, we have organization. So does your chapter have a website? And if they do, please you state the chapter, the link to that to your chapter's website. How many newsletters have been published by your chapter within this period under review. Then number 10 has to do with how many executive committee meetings were held in your chapter during this period. So just give us the detail of that. And for each of these, for every meeting, there should be attendance. So we want to see, just not for you to just mention the name, we want to see evidence. What is the attendance? Let's have the attendance, the snapshot of the attendance that we're taking during this meeting. So if it is a virtual meeting, of course, every virtual meeting will come into day. So we want to see evidence of that the meeting actually was held during as presented. So that is under organization. Then on number 11, the chapter hold an AGM during this period. Of course, for each
Please, my hand is up.
Yes, I will take a question after running through the document. I think I've mentioned that, ma. Thank you, ma. You can keep your question. You can be noting your question down while I take every question after running through the document. So under the AGM, every chapter is expected to hold one AGM for each fiscal year. So we want to see the detail of the AGM, the dates, the venue, and of course, venue, they want to see the evidence. What is the evidence of the picture that was taken during these the picture that was taken of pictures that were taken during the AGM for your chapter. So the number 4.0 has to do with finance. You want to see as your chapter submitted the audited financial report for the fiscal year to the APWEN headquarters. I think for the past days now, I think past weeks now, this call has been out that each chapter is expected to submit their financial report. So the auditor, your local auditor is expected to look at it and append a signature. The chapter's chairman too is expected to sign it, and the chapter chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, if possible, at least 2 executive members, but the auditor and the chairman are very, very essential for this, and we want that to be submitted to APWEN headquarters. So if that was done, you tell us the detail if it was done and give us the date it was submitted to the national headquarters. The under publicity, how many times have the chapters activity been publicized in the media during this period? We don't want blog. So, and when we say publicizing your activities, it may be the national dailies, maybe on some technical websites. So we want to see the details of those, and so see the type of publication and the dates of each media coverage. So you give us the link to each of these that was published online, that was published in the dailies or whichever way. We just want to have a digital footprint. We want to know the digital footprint of the chapter's activities. So that is what is expected there. Then under which is support for APWEN, as a chapter paid is due to APWEN National. Of course, that has been on for some weeks now. So, and we have record at the national. So we want to know if your chapters have done that. So state the amounts and the dates the payment was made. And please, this should be accompanied by evidence. So just give us a screenshot of the payments. Of course, the screenshot to carry the dates the payment was made. Then we want to see how many. So they're under the support for APWEN. One of the support we want is how many council meetings did the chapter chairman or vice chair attend during this period. I think this was mentioned in March, when we had the council meeting, that we want the chapter chair. If it is not the chapter chair, the vice chair should have. So we have that. We have the record. So we also want you to tell us if how many of these council meetings for each fiscal year we are expected to attend 3 council meeting. A council meeting was held in January, and that one was held in April. Then the third one was held 2 days ago, which was Sunday. So that was the third one that was held, and that is the 3 that we can cover for this period. So we want to see how many of these was attended. So the third one, the first one which we use to cover this is the attendance for this workshop. So which we cater for the first one that we're supposed to have for each fiscal year. So and that's one of the reasons why we have said each chapter should please rename the device so that we can have that to complement we have with us. So the number 7.0 on the collegiate programs. How many career talks were organized by your chapter for secondary school during this period? So we want to see, of course, career talk is part of our activities that's expected of every chapter. So we want to see details of that. Give us pictures, the dates, and the picture should be able to speak to us and not just to say picture speak. So did the chapter organize any competition for engineering students in tertiary institution? Of course, this is under collegiate program. And as we all know, the collegiate activities are to be documented by each chapter. And that's why I think that's one of the reasons why for this year's conference, the collegiates have been mandated to be registered chapters under which they operate. So as a chapter, what are some of the activities you have organized with your collegiate members? We want to see the details of the activities. Was there any scholarship awarded? Or what are some of the things that you did at the chapter to enhance the vision of APWEN at your local level within the university or the under your purview? That is what we want to examine under this. So, and we believe the pictures, all other documents, all other evidences that will be attached will be able to speak to the activity that has been carried out. The under 8.0, we have social responsibility initiatives. Of course, this is part of the dreams of our. So we want to see, was there any provide detailed information about any SCR activity that was done by your chapter? So if it is workshop, give us the time, the dates, the time, the audience, the summary of activity, and the impact. Because every activities, every CSR must be accompanied by the impact that you feel was achieved by that initiative from your chapter. So we want to see that. So then 9.0 international celebrations. Of course, International Women's Day, it is compulsory for every chapter to do that. So we want to see the detail of the activity that was carried out by your chapter. So what are some of the other activities that were carried out? So these are some of the things that we expect each of the chapter to put down under this. Then on other international days that your chapter celebrates, so give us the detail and provide the full details of the activity. And let me also mention this I mentioned before, and let me just reiterate this down that we want if you are reporting an activity for International Day celebration, of course, such activities cannot be reported again under public lectures or other activities. So every activity have our own peculiarity. So that's what we want to see. So the other social media handles are some of the active social media presence that your chapter have. So if it is Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, we want to see the details. Provide a link to your official social media pages, and we'll check this. So, and it's not about just having the link or just having a social media platform. We want to see how active you are on your social media platform. So, and that is just to please to kindly appeal to our chapters to please let us enhance our social media presence in that regard. Then the welfare activities. What are some of the welfare activities that your chapter carried out during the period under review? And welfare activities, it has to do with maybe our parties, it may be visit to our member, maybe our elderly, it may be any support for the period for fire accident or any accident, anything that we feel we did to support our members. So that's what's expected here. So we only need you to mention, just give us the detail and possible pictures taken during this event. So that is what is expected in that regard. So, and I think that so all evidence was attached to this signed attendance registered where applicable. And after doing this, we want a PDF copy of this document to be sent to the email address of the technical secretary, which is being displayed there, technical secretary at apwen.org. And the submission deadline is usually the last Friday in August, so that all our activities can be captured, and that is 29th August 2025 by 4 p.m. There will be no extension, and let me just say that again, please, there won't be any extension. And then for this criteria, for these assessments, this is the minimum requirement for each chapter. So for the public lectures, we expect each chapter to carry out one public lecture per quarter, and that's why we have 4. So for the workshop or seminar, 3. Most of the industrial visit, we expect 3. And for technical presentation, we want minimum is 5. The membership list, at least there should be 3 new members at each chapter. Then the newsletter, 4 newsletter, that is to cover at least minimum of 1 for each quarter for each chapter. Then ESCO or general meetings, annual general meeting, for that is 1. The council meeting, I've mentioned that it was we had 3. So we expect that to have we hope to have 3 there. But because we hope so, then audited accounts report, there will be 1. The media publicity, so we need 4 under that. Then career talk, collegiate activities, CSR we are only requesting for 1, because we are all aware that we are the economic situation of the country. So that's why we have reduced that to at least 1 for each fiscal year. The International Women's Day celebration and other activities, so as we have them stated here. So thank you very much for listening. So now we can ask our question. I can see the president's hand is up. My president, you can have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you so much, my technical secretary, for this wonderful job that you've been doing. I really appreciate you and your team. God knows, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciated you. You make a comment about 3 council meetings. No, we had 4. At the end of the AGM, we had a council meeting in December before we come again to come and have after. So the year runs from July to June. You understand? Or whichever way you want to pick it from, whether from September to July or September for August, but it is 4 council meetings, not 3. So you judge them on 4 council meetings, not 3 council meetings. Just an observation, man, so that you take note and let them know too from here.
Yeah, thank you very much. You don't want it to be civil, and that was why we reduced it to 3. I think minimum of 3. It is minimum of 3, ma.
I'm so sorry, ma, because if you don't do it for people who don't even come, many of them did not come for council meeting. Many did not come. They didn't see reason why they should come for council meeting. So let the council meeting be 4. Judge them on 4, please, so that the people talking that does not come, we know they need to come here. And again, Warri chapter make an observation. At the beginning of my tenure, there was a workshop that the chapter chair and ESCO member were invited for online. I bet you people who are online for that workshop, they are not up to 20 chapter chairmen. They are not up to 20. If I do go back to my pre-investiture webinar, I don't think so. So they take it for granted, and like acidically, they don't, as if they don't have the interest of the APWEN or the headquarters in their hearts to come for program. There's no program you call for that you see chapter chair or you see the ESCO member. I don't see you people. It's only very few chapter chair that are consistent, that always come around. So again, we had another workshop to train the chapter chair and executive. I think it was February this year. If you remind me, technical secretary, that engineer Usoro and Engineer Valerie talk to ESCO members. So we've had at least 2 from the inception of my government. This will now be the 3rd one, telling you about how to present your group dynamics. So this one is okay for now, teaching you how to present your group dynamics. So we don't need to have it 2 times, but at least we are having it now. But we can improve upon it in the course of the year to have it 2 times. But will you come? Because training have been like that they did not come. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We're so honored to work with you, ma. Yeah, 2 things. Let me address 2. The first one is the issue of the workshop. At the beginning of this tenure, we had a workshop like this in Abuja, and chapter chair were asked to join online. Some were there physically, and some joined online. And for last year too, we had a similar workshop before the conference, and I think that last year was held in June. If you still check the chapter's technical secretary platform, I still have the call that was circulated then before we did that of last year. And earlier this year too, we had a similar workshop. Just that it was not to go through these templates, yes. But we had a similar workshop which was to sensitize members, chapters, executive about what's expected of them as far as their activity is concerned at the local chapter. But your recommendation has been noted, and I think it will be one of the things that we'll hand over to the next executive, that maybe could be at the beginning of each fiscal year, it will be reinforced. Thank you very much, ma, for that. My president, but I just want to make a passionate appeal, just as I've mentioned earlier, that the 4th council meetings attendance should be taken care of by the attendance from this workshop, ma. It is a passionate appeal to you, ma. Thank you very much, ma. I believe you're. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we take this as the 4th attendance for the council meeting. Please, any other questions, please, you can raise that. You can use the raise hand button to the virtual hand. Let me see. Do we have anybody raising up his or her hand there? Okay. So please, any question that has not been taken care of before it is 1 hour. Okay, 3 people. We have 3 participants hands up. Okay, sorry, let me just go through that. We have Engineer Uche Ogbuefu.
Thank you very much, my able technical secretary. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
my
ma'am.
question is very simple. You are saying that for every of our seminar, public lecture, that the president must be there. Is it being there virtually, physically, or they appear in banner? Please, I need a more light to that one.
Ordinarily, whenever any chapter is putting the president picture in their banner, they are supposed to invite if I get the consent and invite the president to be in attendance. The president door is always open to us. But if by nature we have not been doing that, we just want to implore us to please. Our president is always there. But if we have been using our name, if we have any public lecture, we have her in the banner, it is good. It is good. It's a public lecture, so there is no way we'll be talking to the public without having a national symbol there. So if we have it, it's okay. It is not a crime if we have it, and if we don't, at least for this year, I don't know, maybe my president or let me, because we are here to agree, so that the assessment has not been done. So whatever we agreed upon here, it is what we're going to work with. So we have the president banner there, and let's just take it like that.
Secretary, my hand is up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Correction. I'm happy for this workshop, so that the chapter chair, the incoming, the ESCO will take cue from that. In APWEN, that I know, that I joined, that I've been for years, If you want to have a public lecture, you write the president that you are having a public lecture so day, you invite the president. Then the president will note it down in our diary that public lecture is holding so place, so time. And if the president will not be able to be in that public lecture, the president will assign somebody. That is why we now have zonal coordinators. We assign the zonal coordinator, which is closer to that zone, to go and represent. But what I've seen, I only see flyers, and people will say, my president. Some don't even tell you they believe you've seen it and put it, but have tolerated it. But it is wrong. Take correction from now so that you don't repeat it in the next government. You must write the president, inviting the president for your program on time, and the president give you approval and tell you, oh, I will be available, I may not be available, I will get somebody. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my president, ma. And on behalf of the chapter executive that are on the call, we want to sincerely apologize to you if we have not been doing that in the past, but and I believe going forward we will take that into consideration in our subsequent activities. Do we still have some hands up? Sorry, let me just check. Okay, engineer, sorry, I don't know if this hand was up. Engineer Uche Ogbuefi, ma, is your question when?
I still have one question.
Okay,
I still have one more question. Okay, the question is concerning AGM. You say this AGM, like we are planning to do our AGM this August, which will be outside. Maybe we must have submitted the group dynamics. I don't know the date we have submitted. So how do we take care of it in the reporting? Thank you, ma.
Okay, ma, is that all?
Yes, ma.
Okay, just as I've mentioned, this report should cover our activities between September 2024 and August 2025. Anything done outside this will not be considered as far as this assessment is concerned. I think that answers it, ma.
No, I'm saying we are doing it this August.
Of course, if you are doing it in August, it's okay. The submission deadline is August 29.
Okay.
Most chapters are even doing it in August. My chapter is doing it in August. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Engineer Ibiye, the Port Harcourt chairman, Engineer Ibiye Ama Fabia. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry if I murdered the name.
It's okay. It's okay. Good afternoon, President Ma, and all other chapter chairs. Good afternoon, Technical Secretary. Mine is more of a concern. I think this is the first time I'm having to speak in a platform like this. I look at the minimum requirements for the group dynamics, and my concern is it will seem that the criteria is skewed to favor richer chapters. Because when you look at, for instance, saying that chapters should produce banners for every single event, and then we look at the rising cost of programs, it will now seem that chapters are going to be spending more money on providing evidence rather than the content of the programs. And then chapters where they don't have as much engineers or as much financial standing, it will be that they don't stand a chance at all to get any trophy. So I don't know if this is the right forum for it, but I would have appreciated it if the requirements were left a bit minimal, such that even smaller chapters can afford. And then the basis of giving prizes should be based on what the level of leap a chapter had from its previous year. So that way there will be at least an opportunity for some smaller chapters who have worked very hard to overdo themselves in the previous year to also get that kind of appreciation. So that's what I want to bring to the fore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. I think can you see the assessment criteria being displayed, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
Okay, ma. Yeah. When we say banner, banner does not have to be. It doesn't have to be a hard copy. It can just be a digital copy, and every public I actually we wanted to organize a workshop to teach our chapter publicity secretary on how to design a banner. Ordinary Canva, 1 hour Canva, we can design. You just have the template and be changing it.
Very important.
So these are things that, yes, these are things that at chapters level. So banner, design of banner, I don't know what the chapter is doing in that regard, but I believe every publicity secretary for each chapter should be able to do that. But I don't know. I don't know, maybe I should ask. So it doesn't have to be a printed one. A digital one, it's okay as far as that is concerned.
Thank you,
And
ma, but that was just an instance. For instance, you
okay,
have
ma'am.
4 public lectures, and you've clarified here that the audience level of a public lecture should not be that of a technical meeting. So I'm just imagining how financially strong chapters are to foot the bill for 4 public lectures in a year. I know the richer
Do
chapters.
you mean physical lecture or virtual lecture?
You're saying public lectures, right?
Yes, public lecture.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Public lectures doesn't need to be physical lecture. Most
Nice.
chapters are doing it online.
Okay.
So public lectures, of course, in fact, this year for maybe it was only the doctor visits, most of our activities are done online.
Yes. Okay, let me just leave it at that. But I think that the message has been passed across.
Yes, okay. Maybe I should allow some other members to contribute.
I think
But the truth of the matter is,
let me support her. Let me give her more hints.
yes,
you know, when I was in Kaduna was inaugurated when I was there. They started it for some years or so, maybe a year before I came in. And we were not many. And what do? Small banner. The banner then, whether it was 3,000 naira or 2,000 naira banner, that's what we do, which is 4 by 6 or 5 by 6. We don't do 10 by 13 by 12 or 12 by what national recommended, but we have banner. And we do our program with a small banner. Yes, the standard of APWEN is big banner to be a backdrop to cover where you are doing, where the speakers are. But if you don't have up to that, you put your banner at least 4 by 6, 5 by 7 stadium, which is just like 7,000, 8,000 nowadays. So you put banner. Sometimes you are expected to go to career talk, you expect to see your banner. You design a beautiful online banner. My technical secretary made something like that now, that you are going to put behind your picture when you are snapping. Your photographer, technical person, the graphic person know how to put it for your picture to show your banner, because your banner must show. This is what I do if I did not carry banner. I design a beautiful banner, a flyer, that they will put behind where we are. I was always taking second thought though. In Kaduna, with small that we are. I was Kaduna chairman for almost 4 years before I was able to see somebody that handed over to. I came to Calabar, the same thing happened. Calabar has been operated since 2010, but I came to that town 2014. That was when Calabar became vibrant again. We will go again. When we finish something, we use our flyer, online flyer, and put behind our picture, we did something. So you have to be creative. So if you have an online event, your designer have designed something for you, you have it as a background. So not small chapter does not mean because you are small that you cannot win the big chapter. Kaduna was small then and we were winning. It's creativity of how to make sure you deliver. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Ma.
Thank you very much, my President Ma. I think let me just close that by saying this, Ma. I want to implore all our chapter chair.
Please don't close. My hands have been up, Engineer. My hands has been up.
Okay, ma, I will call on you, ma. Yes, you are excited. I just want to mention something there, ma. Please, ma. I want to implore all our chapter chair, please. Once you assume that office, if it is, let us invest in.
Good evening.
Hello, sorry. Sorry. Let us. We don't need to be contracting this thing out every time. Every of our activities just doing. We can just empower our publicity secretary or somebody in our chapter. Because I will be a collegiate member that will empower to learn how to do this banner. And every of our activity we just edit and we'll be using this. So if we do that at the inception of the administration, it will relieve us of so many things. It is an important thing for us to do. And if we just do that, all we need to do is just to be modifying as the event unfolds. That's what I just want to share in that regard. And let me also mention this before I close that, please. It is not just about you sharing banner with us. The banner must come. It's APWEN has a brand, so it must comply with APWEN brand. That's another thing that I also want to mention in that regard. For some months now, on our APWEN chapter chairman platform, the people in charge have been sharing the logo of APWEN that we expect every chapter to be able to adhere strictly to. So please, it's just APWEN has its own color, and we have to adhere strictly to that. So some of us have been doing that, have been violating that. So there are some times I've tried to private chat even some of our chapter chairmen on this issue, but some have taken to correction, some said not to. But please, APWEN has a brand, and all of us must comply with that brand. Engineer Adabanija, after Engineer Adabanija, Engineer Lauti, you can have the floor. Then Engineer Izaka. Thank you, ma. Engineer Adabanija, okay, she's not on the call again. Engineer Lauti, you can please take your question, ma. Engineer Olauti, sorry, Engineer Olauti, the name of your chapter is not showing. Okay, Engineer Isiaka.
Yes, I do Ekiti chapter, ma. Good evening,
Yeah,
ma.
please rename your device. I think we have said that. Please
Yes,
rename
I've
your
written
device
it.
with your chapter's name. Please,
I've
it
written
is
it in
very,
the
very important.
chat.
There are some
All right.
names there that we don't have. I can see Amaka Grace. I can see Abose there. I can see there are some names there. Adebisi Temitayo. Please rename your name. You name your name. Your device with your chapter's name. Chioma Ajo. Please. There are a lot of names here that we don't know where they are from, and if we don't know your affiliation, please pardon us that we will not be able to take your attendance. Thank you, ma'am.
My question has been answered, ma. You can move on.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, let me just go on. Engineer Zaka, please, ma'am.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Actually, my first is an observation on the group dynamics report. The numbering here is not actually in line. We have professional activities as number 1, and we have 3 as membership growth. And we have the 4th one. Maybe this membership growth should be number 2, then organization number 3, then finance number 4.
Hello, ma'am. Can you please take your question again, ma'am? Sorry, I didn't get that, ma'am.
I said my first one is an observation on the group dynamics report.
Okay, ma'am.
The numbering is not in line. We have number 1 to be professional activities. Then the next one is 3.0, which should be 2.0 membership growth.
Sorry,
then we have number 4 organization, and another number 4, which is finance. That's just my correction. Then my question is, hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. My question is that our chapter actually has already made a report from June to July, and I just heard that APWEN's engineering year is from September to August. And our report has been from June to July because we're using NSE format of the engineering year. So can we still submit that way?
You can still edit that, ma. You can edit that. This is strictly APWEN own fiscal year calendar, and that's what I think that's what we have been following for years. So you can edit that. Then the correction you made on the document, yes, I think it was during the time of sharing. We can correct that.
Okay,
We'll correct
then for
that,
the
and
council
maybe the
meeting.
final one will be updated, ma. It will be
Okay, ma.
shared.
For the council meeting, so we are allowed to use the attendance we used during the workshop. We didn't capture that attendance.
That should be for the first one, don't worry. That will be taken care of. You can see that we have 19 items there. So the 20th item was supposed to be for this workshop. So we deliberately omitted it there.
Okay then. Okay.
Thank you,
That's
ma.
just my question. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma. Sorry, any other question? Dr. Amade, ma, your hand is up. After that, I will take Dr. Olufumilayo, please.
Okay, thank you, my TS. I just want to give a suggestion to most of the chapters that are still coming up. In terms of your program, as a chapter, you can come together and do what we call this this kind of banner that is you can easily clean. You have a space for your title of the program you are going to have. So it's called a erasable banner. You can write on it the title of the program you want. When you finish that program, you can use the same banner for another program. All we just want is that, please, we don't want photo editing, because I know our president mentioned something like that, and I know a lot of chapter are going to be editing their photos now. Even program that didn't hold, or the program they hold last year, they're going to edit it and put poster at the back. But if you want to be original, please just get a how would I call it, multi-design banner, that you have a space for the program title, the theme. Whenever you finish doing it, you can erase it and put another one. Depending on what you want. We did that in OTA, when I was in OTA, when we were starting. It was when some of us start having financial upliftment that we now have the ability to do banner with our money and everything. So you can have a banner that can serve multi-purpose for you. Just meet your designer and ask them to do it. They will explain more better for you. You will see how it looks like. And you can take it to all your program. Whether it is career talk, you just put career talk there. Whether it is this, you put it there. And you'll be using that banner and until God blesses your chapters and you start having money for other great works. Then secondly, I want to say this from past experience. Most chapter programs, they will start putting marriages. I don't know what marriages or child dedication is doing in professional activities. However, one or two can just be reflected in social activities. Because there was a year, a chapter was complaining that they're supposed to be the best. They did a lot of program. I just opened their report and showed them. If they want to greet somebody that is sick, they'll put in technical activities. Please, there's difference between social activities, technical activities, professional activities, and so on and so forth. So I will appeal to everyone to follow this little guide that the TS is actually sending to everybody. And this will also enhance our way of thinking when we are structuring our programs for the year. Then I think I overheard one of the technical secretaries saying we're supposed to have had this training earlier. The truth of the matter is that nearly every year now, I think we did it last year, and we believe that the technical secretary of last year is still the same technical secretary now. So I think subsequent ones, the technical secretary, when you're hand over this report, hand over these things to them. So by the time we are holding it as a final finishing touches before you submit your group dynamics report, at least it will be an headway for you and not like a form of regret. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you for that.
Let me add something to Engineer Imade's contribution. Engineer Imade, you reminded me what I used to do in Kaduna too. It's one single banner. I will carry my career talk and food. I will carry this one and good. Thank you for reminding me. God bless you. Just do one beautiful one. You know how to design it. You just come and put what you are doing on top of it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my president, ma. So, I don't know. Okay, Engineer Dr. Olufumilayo Joseph, ma, of the chapter chair, ma.
Yes, ma. Good evening, Ma. Good evening, my president and all others on the call. My question is, thank you, Technical Secretary, for this beautiful workshop. God bless you, Ma. My question is that I don't know if we have technical secretaries or a platform for all the technical secretaries. So
We do, ma. We do.
because I don't think my Ota chapter technical secretary is on that platform. So I don't know how they will get added to it.
You can just send the detail of your chapter technical secretary to me. I'll add.
Okay.
Thank you. Engineer
Okay.
Dabanija, ma. The
Okay,
Badon
I'm
chapter,
so
yes,
sorry.
ma.
I went off. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, my president, the technical secretary, the technical committee, and other chapter chairs. This is an eye opener for us, and I believe that every day, day in, day out, we keep learning, relearning, and unlearning. So it is an opportunity for us at least to put up report together. Last year, I had to confront the technical secretary that we did a lot of programs, and she began identifying the areas where we did not win. So it's a good one. And on the issue of the banners, I believe we are learning, and it's an opportunity for us to be creative. Last year, we employed somebody to be doing it for, but this year, I tell you, we just got somebody that is doing everything for us free. Like they have said earlier, we can get someone, even it can be one of our collegiate members or even our younger members to do it. I even asked to go and learn Canva because of it. So we keep learning and being creative. So about my own question now is there a format for the audit report? Because it gave me an issue last year. We don't have a format. We are not auditors. But if there's a format for us to follow for audit report, please kindly send it to us or point it out to us so that it makes it easy for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For the audit reports, I'm not an auditor, and I don't think I've ever worked in that. Okay, sorry. Just as I was saying, I've never worked in that section, so I don't know. I think it's the auditor. Every chapter has an auditor. So the auditor, your job to do justice to that, man. My president, I don't know if anything. Doctor, hey, please, do we have contribution in that regard?
Yes. Engineer
So
Uju has been telling them what and what they're supposed to have together. So they should look at every information Engineer Uju has sent to them. But simple. Audit report involve all your financial statement will be there. Your income and expenditure will be there. The receipts that you have when you are doing all those programs that you give, the people give you, will be joined together. That it must be signed by your chairman, maybe one of your past chairman, maybe your audit chair, internal audit committee chair must sign it. You understand? Because it will show that they vet your income and expenditure properly and properly signed. Then you attach your statement of account to join to it. Thank you. If it's not signed by internal auditor, it's not accepted.
thank you very much, ma. So, Engineer Dabanija.
Thank you, ma.
You are clear on that. Okay, ma. Thank you very much,
okay, thank you so much, ma.
So please, any other question? Okay, somebody is asking for okay, the technical secretary's platform. Okay, I will add the technical secretary of VI to the technical secretary's platform as requested, ma. But I just want to add, maybe I should just appeal, maybe after this session, you can send the number directly to me if I don't act on time, and I will do the necessary thing. Thank you very much, ma. So our time is fine. Somebody is asking for the color code of APWEN. The color code of APWEN. Maybe I will post that the message that was sent by Engineer Obianuju, who is in charge of that. We post it on the chapter chairman's platform and the technical secretary's platform so that we can pick it up from and we can tidy up.
Even that color has been sent to them. The code of the color, I sent it myself. Apart from her, I sent them the code. When they give it to their printer, the printer know the color. And that was why I gave them the letterheaded paper, sample of letterheaded paper of all chapters was designed. It from that sample too shows you the way your flyer will look like. That same color that is inside it is what's supposed to be used. There is a code that is forwarded to them. I will refer to them again if they want. That is the exact color of APWEN. There's a code, he has number, he has a number, the way I forwarded it to them.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma, for that. Someone asking what is the minimum number in this for an online public lecture. Of course, there is no our capacities differ and there is no limit to that anyway. There is no limit to that, but we have to be honest as much as possible as a chapter. So there's no limit, there is no minimum, there is no maximum to the number of attendees for an online public lecture. But let us just be sincere in our reports writing. That is what I was just saying in that regard, ma'am. So Engineer Abosede Adewale, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my president, my chairman, and colleagues, chairman, chapter chairs on this call. I noticed that the color code that we used during Engineer Funmilola Ojelade, which was one of the adopted code for APWEN, is different from what is on the sample the president shared on the chapter chair committee. I don't know if we need to look into that again. Thank you.
Okay, my president, ma. I think that question is for you, ma.
The color code that was inside what I sent was what the graphic design out based on the color that we were using. You know, there's a color code for when we are doing that is social. That one is different from the color code inside our letterheaded paper.
Yes, ma'am. Engineer Funmilola gave us all this code, and I was fortunate to save it and shared with others.
Yes, that was the code that the secretary brought out for me and sent to me that this is the color code. She sent me that code number. The general secretary sent it to me, which means I believe it was Nena that must have given it to her to forward back to me. And that was the code numbers that I sent back to chapter chair. Apart from that letterheaded paper that I sent. The letterheaded paper is showing you the design, the way it's supposed to be, where your own letterheaded paper will be designed. But the color code has number, which I forwarded to everybody.
Yeah, the numbers are different. That's why I'm worried.
Eh?
No problem. I said the numbers are different from what we have. That's why I'm concerned.
Okay, send your number code to me and let me confirm with the number code the GS sent to me, because I believe it is what Nena must have handed over to her that she sent to me. You are getting me? Because immediately I came in, GS sent me a code number, which I will stick to that. I normally send it out. So let me have the code that you have and compare with that code, because she wouldn't have gotten it if it's not in Nena, which was secretary to Ojelade that sent it to her.
Okay, ma'am.
So that is the reason why you supposed to have even called me and talk to me and say, this one was different. So then I will not ask her, where did you get this one from? Because I believe it's handing over that she got from her predecessor that she has given to me as of that last year. So what I expected you now that you have one before. I said, this code look different. Now ask, GS, where did you get it from? Oh, VP, are you not the one that gave it to her? Because I completely believe that she gave her the color code numbers.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. Can we conclude like this, Engineer Abosede, please? Can you please send what you have to the president so that he can check with what she has and we can agree on that? So whatever we agree on will be shared on the chapter chairman platform and the secretary platform. Should we close it like that? Okay, thank you very much, ma. Please. So while we wait for that, I mean, before the end of the week, I believe that will be sorted out and we'll have that on our platforms. So let me just take these two questions before we call it today. So somebody is asking that, okay, General Laura, what we saying, she's making a contribution that standard yellow banner should be is advised for every event. Yes, chapter that could afford that for a physical event, we can use that, and that's that will save us a lot of money. So Engineer Princess, the Warwick chairman is asking, does overnight visits count for CSR? I don't believe so. I don't think so, ma. CSR, that can count under the welfare activities. Thank you, ma. We can talk with them. So we work on maybe so the issue of the so we can have a workshop later on how chapters, those that want to take advantage of that, we can have a workshop on that later. That will be noted, and the details will be circulated on our platform. So with that, in the absence of no other question, please can we have somebody to please somebody to appreciate our president for organizing this before we have the closing remark from the president's man. I will just call on anybody anyway. I don't know if let me just look at the attendance. Okay. Okay. Can we have somebody to nominate and ourselves to appreciate our president and just to give the closing remark for okay. Engineer Uche Ogbefi, thank you very much, ma. You can have the virtual floor, ma. Thank you, ma'am. Engineer Uche.
Okay.
So you need to unmute yourself. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, our able technical secretary, for this very educative and interesting workshop you have organized. Michelle, I may say this is the first time I'm attending to it. I want to first and foremost thank God Almighty for making it possible for us to hold this thing, and to thank our dear President, Engineer Dr. Uti, for organizing this workshop to train us, the secretary, the technical secretary, and the branch chairman, the secretary as well, to have this knowledge. In fact, the knowledge we are getting in APWEN, all these our social webinars and this thing, if you are missing it, you are missing something. Since I became the chairman, I have been attending. I don't think I miss anyone except the one, probably I don't know. And all these things, they are educative. I implore and I thank our dear president for doing this. And I thank everyone that spared their time to attend to this. I thank you all, and I thank God for making it possible. With all the knowledge we gather here, I think we are going to put it into practice to make our great association to move forward and more recognized and noticeable worldwide. Thank you very much. Before I speak so much, thank you. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you so much for believing in us and for joining us this evening. On behalf of the National Executive Committee of APWEN, I want to sincerely appreciate all our chapter chairmen, chapters executive for joining this workshop. And to wrap it up, I want to sincerely appreciate our past technical secretary, Engineer Madi, for making it a date with us. I know you are very busy, but there's no time we will knock at your door that you will not open it for us. And we appreciate every time spent today with us. We believe come September 2025 in Ibadan, we'll have chapters. In fact, some of the chapters have been seeing activities on our platform, and I believe the table is going to turn this time around if we do the right thing. So let us go back home with some of the lessons we have learned and bring forward the good report for this year's assessment. So we have the minimum criteria there. We have more than that we can put there. But please don't let us duplicate our activities by trying to put the same events in so many positions, and at the end of the day we lose out. So please let us just be focused and let's be sincere in when we are preparing our report, and I wish us all the best. So We started with prayer and we're going to close with prayer. So I want to kindly implore everyone to please unmute ourselves as we take the third stanza of the national anthem as a closing prayer for today's workshop. Am I displaying it? So let me just display. Thank you very much. And I can see some of us putting it on the chat board that we are charter technical secretaries are not on the platform. Please, after this workshop, kindly share that with me and I'll add them immediately to the platform. It is a privilege to serve this great association, and I don't take your time, the time you have spent with us today, for granted. So after the count of three, we'll take the closing prayer for today's workshop, which is being displayed on the screen now. 1, 2, 3, go. O God of all creation, grant this our request. Help us to be the nation.
Help us to be the nation
Where no man is oppressed.
where no man is oppressed,
And so
and
with plenty.
Nigeria may be blessed.
All of us.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you all. Amen. Amen. Thank you all, and I'll see you all there in our subsequent.